Okay, so this is our first episode of Ask Pete, which is a new YouTube exclusive. And we are basically, it's an episode we're going to ask Pete some questions here from his fans, and he will answer them. So, Dad, our first question is from
Yeah,
Charles.
but wait a minute. Who are you? And you're running this operation?
Oh yeah,
right?
I'm Seth Mena. I'm the kid here. I'm the director and poster of video, and yeah, that's me.
And he's going to make sure he gets all your questions, and hopefully he doesn't miss any.
Right, yeah, I'll make sure we get them all up here, and we might not get them up the episode after, but trust me, you keep watching, you'll see your question in an episode. All right,
Okay.
so this is from Charles Gano, and his question is there a direct correlation between water temp and the bait you should use?
Okay, water temp and lures. Well, I could talk for about an hour on that one, as most topics. In general, yeah, but it's more of a day-to-day kind of thing. So, as a general rule, I would say that in cooler water temps, I'm most likely to go more for soft plastic, jerkbait, crankbait. Warmer water temps, I'm more apt to go with speed in general and baits like bucktail spinners, spinner baits, and topwater lures, especially in the warmer water period. With regard to lure selection and water temps and day-to-day conditions that I mentioned, I would say that I find that fish are most aggressive when things are normal for that time of the year. So if the water temps are 50 degrees in the spring and the water is warming up gradually, not extremely, then I look at that as the type of day where I expect more activity. Conversely, in the late fall, if it's 40-degree water temps and the water temps are dropping slowly, that's what the fish expect. I see that as a day where fish are going to be fairly active, and I'm going to make my lure choices accordingly. So, and obviously summer, if the water temp's 70 and then you have a 75-degree day, that's normal. I expect more aggressive activity, and I also expect that when you have incoming fronts or something like that. But steady weather is when fish are most likely to be most happy. If you get extremes on either side, over the years you've heard about cold fronts, cold fronts, cold fronts. They're bad. They generally put fish in a negative mood, and that's because there's an extreme difference between the water temperature and the air temperature that isn't normal that time of year. I think fish like normal. That's the bottom line. But cold fronts have gotten all of the bad press over the years. Warm weather, abnormally warm weather, is also horrible. Okay, so the bigger the difference between that high temperature and the water temperature, the worse it is. But that same difference, whether it's from water temperature colder and a cold front or from water temperature hotter and a hot front, that's the same thing. To me, that's negative. So I'm looking at that situation to be more of a finesse type situation. I may do something with jigs. I may do something with crankbaits, jerkbaits, but everything's going to be the thought process of the fish are probably more negative, maybe smaller lures. They're probably more negative, and I'm going to need to get right in their face. Same thing if it's extreme high heat. And just in general, if I'm having a situation where the weather pattern for that time of the year is normal, and especially so if there's frontal activity coming in, if I feel like the fish are going to be real active, then I'm going to go with faster moving stuff like spinners and crankbaits, things that I can cover water quickly with, and generally larger, more aggressive presentations.
Okay, so that is the end of our first episode of Ask Pete. Remember, if you were watching this video right now, if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel so you get updates. And remember, if you want Pete to answer your question, comment your question below, and we will get to it as soon as we can. Thanks
Get
for
the net.
watching.
Get the net.